Are you still on the fence? What are you waiting for? Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get signed up right away for the Gold VIP membership, where Mark McSee provides you with the latest news, updates, company profiles, economic calendars, so much more. Everything that you need to make an informed decision on how to invest your hard-earned money. Go to AmericanDreamTrading.com and get signed up today.
Uh, 207.80 up. Let's go really low on this one just to give you some room. 207 do. Okay. But if you look at the trend, right, of what's been happening with NVIDIA, if you take your overall trend, it's been to the upside, leading up to, I always talk about this, always leads up to earnings, but typically it's buy the rumor, sell the news. So you've got to be extremely careful.
Yeah, see, and that though is exactly why I like for traders to use Apple, right? Because it isn't that much volatility. You know what I mean? You could have 100 contracts at Apple, but it moved a penny. There's $100. You have 100 contracts at NVIDIA and it moves like that, right? That's 5,000. It's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's make it rain.
Join American Dream Trading's live trading weekdays 9 a.m. Eastern Standard. Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket. Welcome to the Aftermarket live chat and watch party. I'm your host, J&J Video Reacts, and this is a stream that's been created for us traders to just kick back, talk about our day trading in the stock market, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Well, today we got some good, okay? This young man has literally crushed the game. He has been steadily progressing for the past couple of months, and we are all proud of him. I remember one of the other moderators said, I'm going to nominate him for Trader of the Week. And I said, you know what? I agree with you. I think that's awesome. It's about time and overdue. So, yes, F2 is here with us tonight. He is in the backstage waiting patiently to come up and tell us how he has managed to become Trader of the Week, what he is doing, the strategies he has implemented, and how his success has come about. We're proud of you, brother. I can't wait to talk to you. In the meantime, don't forget to sign up for the 6-month VIP. If you do that, you can't use the code, but once you sign up for the 6-month VIP, you will get 6 months of Gold VIP. All you have to do is put in a ticket, and they will activate a code for you, which is 6-month Gold VIP. So, hey, get 6 months worth of VIP right now. You can get Gold. And you guys know that are already a part of this group what's included with the Gold. You get weekend classes. You get stuff that's not included in the regular Gold, which is already awesome in its own right, because it includes the trading view indicators, workshops, one-on-one type style training with coach every day. Okay, but when you get the Gold, you now add weekend classes. You add daily breakouts, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You also add mastermind classes and priority help desk support. So you cannot beat that, guys. You can't. So 6 months of VIP gets you 6 months worth of Gold. Check it out. Make sure you go ahead and get signed up tonight and then put a ticket in so that they can get you your coupon for the 6-month gold. So, with that being said, how do you go to it? You go to none other than AmericanDreamTrading.com. That is where you will put in your information and go ahead and pay for the membership. It also describes what you get for that membership. That's where you go to get signed up. Don't forget, Mastermind class is coming up very soon. How to grow your small account part 2. Remember, part 1 was awesome. So let's go ahead and get signed up for that. You can also do that over on AmericanDreamTrading.com. Not to mention the plethora of educational materials that are over there. Bruno and the girls do a fantastic job. Speaking of the girls, thank you, Arlo and Miranda, for always being there, always having our back, always making sure that all of us are on point, and always putting the links in here for us. So they put the AmericanDreamTrading.com link in here. Thank you, Arlo, for doing that. And it is pinned to the top of the live chat. If you want to join the stream, I'm sure once F2, after we get a chance to pick his brain, we'll be cool with other people joining the panel. So I'll go ahead and put it in the live chat so that you guys can go ahead and join the panel like we normally do after he and I chit chat. And last but not least, third link is yours truly's tip jar. If you feel that I'm doing a good job on this show, show some appreciation by throwing a couple dollars in the tip jar. It's much appreciated, and thank you so much. It helps me keep the lights on, guys. So without further ado, let's go ahead and switch the music up. Let's crank it down just a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and get F2 up on the stage with us. F2, my brother, how are you?
Hello, doing great. How's everybody? How are you?
I'm doing well. Hopefully you're doing well. Trader of the week?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Makes me feel good I got picked. So, deep inside, just appreciative that you all thought about me. So,
yeah, definitely. Listen, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it out there, even though he probably wouldn't want me to. It was Mark McC that texted me over the weekend and was like, I'm gonna nominate F2 because he's killing it. And Mark is a super fan. He's always calling you out. So I'm like, you know what? I agree with that. And of course everybody else did as well. So yeah. So shout out to Mark.
I enjoy when I get to join the pre-marketing stuff. Usually I listen in on the way to work and stuff. Yep. And it just that group just cracks me up in the morning, like him and Nate, how they wait on stocks and how they have names for different stocks and how they just have the banter back and forth that just reminds me of, that this is family right here. Acting like
Definitely. That. Definitely. So F, talk to us, man. What's been happening? What's going on with your trading that you are killing it? Didn't you get 82% this morning?
Yeah, I got 80%. Like we talked about, because today was the best trading day I've ever had. I still didn't make a band or a comma or anything, but I done really well on 4 different trades, and I was hesitant to get into Sing because it's like, that'll take a lot of your money, your powder away. And I was like, no, look at it, look at the EMAs, look how it's going up, look. And so I bought quite a bit of that, and I hit the run on it, and then like I did 3 other stocks, and I'm like, I'm at my limit, so I got to stop. And before I knew it, I looked, I'm like, holy cow.
Nice.
I increased it. So
see, that takes discipline. How do you, because right now you are one of the people that we are looking at to, go ahead and ultimately retire and do this full time, just like Ange. I think we got a bet going between some of us that, who's going to do it first or when are they going to do it. And, I know both you and Ange have the goal to be, retired. Hopefully by the end of the year, you guys will be so well versed in what you're doing with this that you won't even need the 9 to 5 anymore. So talk to us about that. Are you looking forward to retiring and doing this full time? What's your timeline on that?
Yes, ultimately, like I was saying the other day in the show, I still have in the back of my mind, like, oh, you need that comfort zone that you're stepping out of it. But if I can make myself have days like today,
Yeah.
as I allow my account to get bigger, which right now I don't. I take a certain draw each week and I put it toward, taxes, bills, and things like that. And I'm not letting it get big.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get to the point where I can, if I have days like today, I will be looking forward to it. I'll get through that emotions of not having the 9 to 5 as long as I have the monetary backing that I'm making. So
That's awesome. As far as your mechanics, how do you protect because you're also using it to pay bills? How do you protect your assets right now? What risk management do you use?
like, are you talking about my stop losses and stuff?
Yep.
I use the stop loss. I go pretty deep, 30 to 40% under, just so I don't get stopped out. And then
That's smart.
if I start getting nervous, I'll raise it up. Of course, I follow the 2 minute EWO during the regular market because it moves too fast for me to try in the weeds and scalping. But I use the stop loss, and like if I know it's running, I will. I don't know what it's called, but I will put. I want to sell it at this point, this amount, and I'll put that in there. And if I see it's raising up, I'll just raise it up as well,
Yeah.
and legal. So
Are
that's
you talking about a trailing stop
yeah.
or yeah, okay, or like a limit sell?
Yeah, it'll allow me, like, if I bought something for $1 and I want to sell it for $1.50, I can put the limit stop to it, but like at 60 cents, and then if I want to sell it at the $1.50, it'll put the line up there at the top for me. And if I get scared or if it's doing really well, I can adjust both lines to meet where I need to go. So
That's good. You guys
probably need to
listening
know
to
the
this guy?
probably need to know the vocabulary of everything, but I do apologize
No,
for
you're
that and
doing
stuff.
fine. You're doing fine. You know what I mean? Look, the most important thing is that you have the mechanics down. Sometimes knowing what every candle means or every little sign, as long as you know what the functionality of that thing is, you're good to go. You can always get the verbiage down later. But when did you start trading, F2?
Originally,
Yeah.
I did it while I was at school up at Eastern, a little bit. They didn't have anything like this. I did it because my dad traded penny stocks just for fun of it,
Really?
and yeah,
Okay.
I I took $1,000, and in no time I lost all of it. I'm like, nah, forget that. And I was like, nah,
How long ago was that?
oh, good God. 90, 97, 98. So what was that?
Damn.
Yeah, I'm old. Uh,
I wouldn't say that 26 years ago, but no, I wouldn't say you're old.
yeah, I did it a little bit then, and then I decided to get back into it for like a second income, have something to do, and I
Did you
picked up
get
all
back
kinds of
into it when
bad.
you saw ADT or you got into
Oh,
it
I definitely
before?
got back into it big time when I saw ADT because, like I said, I saw Coach and I'm like, this guy's different, and I just something drew me to him. I can't explain it like you explained it with uh, how like everything's divine intervention
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
things
you
like
don't have
that.
to explain. A lot of us that have experienced what you've experienced know exactly what you're talking about. So it's
And
like you don't even need to explain. It's like we all know
and I
what that
joined,
draw was.
and he had a sweet deal. Like I think it was like the second or third day, he had a sweet
Hmm.
deal going to become a lifetime member. And I'm like, you know what? You got this money. Let's do it. And I did it,
Nice.
and then I kind of went rogue because I started doing well, and I'm like, well, I know what I'm doing. And then I was making good money, and then I blew my account up, and I'm like, oh, this may not be for me again. So,
Yeah. The market will humble you, won't it? Just when you
uh,
think you got it down.
yeah, it'll definitely humble you. It'll make you. It'll definitely make you feel like take you to your knees. So,
Yeah, definitely. So what strategy do you use? Which one of your favorite is of coach's strategies? Do you like the 2 minute EWO? Do you prefer scalping?
I like the 2 minute EWO because it is slower. Like we teased back and forth about that. I I like it because it's slower, and especially since I use the EMAs to help me with the cloud and everything to help me. Like, no, don't get out. You're okay. It's helped me tremendously. But I have been enjoying in the pre-market a scalp here and there and waiting in the weeds. So, like, the more and more I participate in the L2, the
Mm-hmm.
better I'm understanding it. And today there was a situation where everybody was waiting for the the buyers to come in, and all of a
Mm-hmm.
sudden it went the other way. I didn't understand why it did that, but I'll go back and I'll watch the recording of that to see if I can understand it a little bit better. So
Yeah. Um, which stock was that?
uh I forget. I didn't get into it because I was already at my limit. I want to say maybe Sing. Was it Sing? When it went,
ALZN?
yeah, ADLZ, and
I know
yeah,
which part you're talking about.
yeah, it just went.
It was
Yeah,
halting to the upside, and then all of a sudden it started halting
yeah,
down, and it came down, and then it eventually went back up, but then it started consolidating. But initially, um, and all morning throughout the pre-market it kind of chopped up, but it was still on a nice uptrend. But then when the bell rang, it literally went ballistic, um, and just started shooting up, you know what I mean? And I think it halted twice, but because I was in it. That's why I know what it did so well. I made some money off of that and Sing this morning. But I'm telling you, man, and sometimes it may not necessarily be a reason. It could be something where, it could be somebody trying to hold a stock down. But the important thing is you didn't lose a bunch of money on it. You sat and you watched it before you got in it, right?
right,
So a lot of times that's important, especially when you hear a call out. One of the first things that happens when you hear a call out is everybody rushes to it and thinks, oh, wow, if that's running, let me go ahead and get in and I'm going to make some money. Well, and the cool thing about stocks is at least you don't have that delta deterioration that happens when it pulls back, or that gamma when it pulls back, eating your premium up. When you're doing shares, it's a lot easier. It can pull back, you can get in at a lower price, wait in the weeds temporarily, get picked up, and then it'll go up with you if you're sitting in it still. And it happens to do that. As soon as it starts back on that uptrend, you're back making money. So that's what I love about shares. Do you do options at all?
yes, when I do it, it's usually just TSLL. I'll do that,
Okay.
and I've been trading TSL as a stock here lately too. So,
Cool.
um,
So you've been doing shares and options.
yeah, uh, that's how I blew my account up before because I went all in on options too often, and
Yeah.
so I'm still a little shy about that, but I'm having better success with straight up stocks. So.
Cool. So would you say you're pretty consistent with, like, do you have a daily goal? Like, I'm come what may, I need to make $200 a day or $100 a day, and then hit that goal and stop, or are you going off a percentage? How are you piecing that
I'm
out?
going off a percentage. When Palm Coast came on the aftermarket show that one day, and Angie and I were on there,
Hmm.
the 1% is my goal. Obviously, if I can do better than that, I'm going to keep going. But for now, until I get where I need to hit the certain amount of dollar amount easily without it being a huge percent of 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 my account, like I know it's not feasible to hit 80% every
Yeah.
day. That was just straight
Not
up.
you, after you can do it.
Uh, I had to get up and go take a walk this morning. I'm
I
like,
don't
there's
blame
no
you.
way. So, and
I don't blame you.
when I can get where the amount I need is a very low percentage, and then I'll know that I've been. To me, that I'll know I've been successful. So.
Good for you. Good for you. Well, I admire your discipline. I love the fact that you are not a rule breaker, at least anymore. You're following the rules and you're having some good success. You know what I mean? So, I'm so proud of you. And ever since you, took to that EMA training that we did before, you have really, really, even maybe a little bit before that, you were doing okay, but then that added fuel to your fire and you have just been killing it. That coupled with, I'm sure all the stuff that you're continuing to learn in the pre-market with Nate and Mark and us, and you really take it to heart, and all of us are really proud of you, and we know you're going to knock this out of the park and stay on the right
Yeah,
track and be able to leave your
yeah.
job.
Like today, there was someone that mentioned about not speaking up, and like I felt the same way too. I mean, like these guys, they're they have very large accounts. They're not going to pay attention to me, and I want anybody to know that even coming up on the panel, which is out of my comfort zone, um, come up because you're not going to learn, or if you're afraid, you're not going to have a chance to get through it if you don't let somebody know that can help you, that's going experiencing as well as you are. At
A
no time
closed
has
mouth don't get fed, right?
right. At no time has anybody told me to hush or hold on or anything in the pre-market, during the trading, on the panel, or anything. So if you have questions or if you're doubting yourself about this and you want to make this work, feel free to reach out to anybody. I
We
mean,
don't bite, right?
no, you don't bother. There's banter going back and forth, but um, nothing that's going to hurt your feelings, I don't believe so.
Yeah, we
Well,
try not to make people feel uncomfortable. You got to keep it straight sometimes, but we try to, people are people, and we try to make sure that everybody gets heard, so that's why we put it out there and make sure. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do the aftermarket, because people who maybe were working throughout the day and didn't get an opportunity in the after hours, they can come on here and say, hey, by the way, I couldn't talk at work today, but I had a question about this, or how does Nate do that, or because I probably am one of the people that talk to Nate, a little more frequently than the regular members, and I know a lot of his strategy like down. He talks to me about it just like he talks to us in the morning. You know what I mean? So, it's really cool to be able to interact with him and Mark as well, and then it helps me in my trading. So the fact that you also take that to heart, and the fact that you took yourself out of your comfort zone, came up here on the panel and asked questions in the pre-market. I mean, you got comfortable with being uncomfortable, and that's something a lot of new traders are afraid to do. But you've got to do that. You've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. That also happens when people are looking to size up when they're trading and they're looking to move to that next level. And everything's uncomfortable if you don't do it normally on a regular basis. So you gotta, how do you think you get used to something? You gotta start it somewhere. So thank you for having the courage to be transparent and do that and put yourself out there and come up here and also saying that. You know what I mean? For a lot of new traders, because I'm sure they're probably like, damn, I'm just like him. If he can do it, maybe I can do it too. So
yeah, my ultimate goal is to get comfortable enough where I can say, oh, X stock went, to the upside and called out and be like, oh, watch this candle. I want to be able to get to the point where if somebody had a question, I can help answer it. That's where the level of knowledge I want to be at. So
you will. You will. Keep doing what you're doing. You will. You definitely will. I'm going to go ahead and put the link out there if you want, and that way we can get other people up here on the panel as
that would be
well.
great. Let's
Yeah.
get some of our friends up here.
Yeah. Let's do it. Let's see. Where are you? There it is. Restream link. Thank you for coming up here and talking to me, brother. I'm really, really proud of you, man.
I think the world of you, and just thanks to Mark McSee and all the whole gang for making this happen for me. I appreciate it.
You are so welcome, man. Come on up. to the panel. Click here. All right, let me go ahead and paste it. All right, the Restream link has been put down in the live chat for those of you who want to come up here, ask F2 any questions about his trading, or just come up here and also talk to us about your day. Let us know what you're doing to be successful, or if you're struggling, come on up here and let's pick apart some trades and talk about it and see what we can do to help you fix it. Don't forget, if you sign up for the VIP right now, there's a 6-month VIP sign up. All you got to do is go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You get the same training that is making L2. Dude, you might have to change your name. You saw me last week. I did that a couple times where I was ready to call you L2. But where you guys saw F2, where he gets his training from, and me as well, and everybody, from Coach Chad W. Christian, 32-year stock market vet, teaches us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in the middle. We don't diddle in the middle, and we don't chase call-outs over here. He has trained us to be actual traders by giving us the skills to actually fish and not just be handed fish. So come on up here on the panel. Don't leave L2 and me up here by ourselves. We've had our interview time. Come on up here and hang out with us. Who is down in the chat? Let me not be rude and say hi. All right, I see you, James L. What's up, brother? Paula at the beach is down there. We've got Maria down there. Hey, Maria, Diesel Dan. American Dream Trading runs on Diesel Dan. Don't ever forget that. All right, Arlo's down there. Aaron's down there. Andrew Lee is down there. Welcome, guys. Paula at the beach is saying congratulations. Everybody's saying congratulations. Eminem's down there. What's up, Eminem? She said, I sense the Ted also had a good day. All right, I think we got I think that's Pebbles that's joining us on here. Let me get him in here. Pebbles, you got a camera issue? What's happening? What's up? How are you? Big Daddy. What's going on, Big Daddy? Bucko 504 is down there in the chat. Welcome.
How's
Hey, Pebbles, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
I guess now you can see me.
Ah, there you are. How are you, my friend?
I have a question for you.
What's up?
I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
1%. I got the delay.
Yeah, don't forget to pause your YouTube.
On YouTube. I'm trying to pause the YouTube, but
or at least turn it down where you can't hear it.
The 1% is that base. 1% is that how? Pause it.
Are you referring to like when we say 1%? Like if I have, for instance, if I have $100 in my account, I want to increase it by at least $1 for that.
I think you might be having technical issues. Are you having technical issues, Pebble, or are you good?
I can't. I don't know where to shut off.
YouTube. Okay, do you have it on your phone or do you have it on your computer on another tab?
Computer.
Okay, so it's on another tab besides your restream, right? Up at the top, maybe? I think we went through this when Ange was on here. I think you might have another tab on the top of your screen that's a YouTube tab. You can just basically close that or click on it and pause it if it's causing you to kind of, and that way we can just talk directly through Restream.
Does that work?
Is it good for you? Is it still a delay? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
great.
hear me?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. There we go.
Okay, 1%. Is that the total amount that you have in your account, or is that just what you played with today?
Total amount that you have. That's what they're basing it on. So you're trying to gain 1% on your total account.
So if I got 20, if I've got 3,000, then it's on the 1% is on the 3,000 and not on the 1,500 that I traded.
Correct.
Okay. Well, okay.
Raises the stakes a little bit, right?
Sure does.
But, that's why they say if you stay with it consistently when it's small, like, pennies and small amounts of dollar, you'll get better and better as it grows. And as it grows, that'll help you continue to get that 1%. But yeah, that's why they're saying like if by the end of the year you end up with like 12K or whatever based on where your account is. But yeah, you will make a lot of money if you can keep up with that 1% as it grows.
I had a friend come over today, actually the guy that got me into ADT.
Okay.
And he finally got me on Weeble, so I'll learn how that platform works, and then maybe I can trade in the morning, in the pre-op or in the I think
Pre-market,
because I was in the medical field. It's not a
pre-op. Yeah, force a habit, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, you come. Yeah, I see your name in the pre-market. You come in there.
Well, I do, but I mean, I'm on Thinkorswim, and you can't trade anything there until 6.
Right.
7 o'clock your time.
Yeah. That's like Robinhood. You can't trade anything on there till 7. So I also went and put money in Weeble so that I could trade at 4 o'clock with those guys. Right. And I'm glad I did it. I keep a small amount in there just to practice with. I'm so glad I did that because it helps me to trade without a lot of pressure, not using bill money. Just put $100 over there and lose it, gain it, lose it, just get the process down and get in, get out. I mean, get in, get green, get out. And some of them I sit in a little bit, if it looks like, as I use the indicators. That is a little bit different than what Nate does because Nate doesn't use the indicators, but I use the indicators because they kind of help me stay in a trade longer. As we know, Nate has a slightly different style where when the wick comes down, he'll get out. I don't always do that for 2 reasons. One is because I have a smaller account. I can sit in stuff longer because I'm not losing a ton of money. He goes big sometimes. It's not that easy to sit in a trade when you've got a lot more shares, a lot more skin in the game. You know what I mean? So, but either way, if you want to get out or you want to shed, that's how coach teaches us to do it. Shed 50%. But I choose to kind of, I'll shed if I have multiples, but if I'm only dealing with one, I'll sit in it for a minute and watch the indicators. All right. We got Ange coming to the stage. Welcome, Ange. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. Had a good day today. Made some money on ALZN.
Sweet. Yeah, it was a good day. It was a quick day. It feels like it flew by so fast.
It did. It really did.
Yeah, I hear you.
What'd you play today?
Oh God.
What didn't you play today?
Way more than I should have, honestly. Like I need to scale back and just stick with a couple versus okay, I got to run out of this. Now let's go find another. Run out of this, go find another. I just need to do that.
Oh man, I mean, hey, if you're doing well at it, go get that money, go get that green.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, do I really? Because if I follow just a few of the hot stocks, right? I could catch them when they run on, them on their own versus coming back and be like, oh, I missed a run, or whatever.
Right.
You
mean just staring at them and waiting for them to run and then catching them?
Just waiting, yeah.
Waiting in the weeds, yeah. But yeah, do you still wait in the weeds or do you do the kind of like the slingshot? Or you do both, don't you?
I do both, yeah. I do both. If it's extremely volatile, I'll slingshot those suckers.
Yeah, I do too. Because a lot of times they don't come down.
Right. Or the L2 is really hard to read. So
it's got multiple support levels.
Yeah. And so a lot of times it's just easier to wait for that pop and then just go after it. And sometimes you're right. And then, sometimes you get on the wrong side of that.
Yeah. Sometimes it'll pull back on you.
I had that happen today.
Was it ALZN like F2 mentioned earlier? Oh my God. Yeah, that was crazy how that pulled back at that one stage.
Yeah, I was in ALZN today, VRAX. What was the other one I did?
GOVX too?
Yeah, GOVX. SOND was another one I did. I got into a little bit of Max N as well today.
I saw that.
I did a little HOLO. And
Polo, can you go?
Yeah, right. Like it's back. I remember when we played that one earlier this year. It's funny how when you've been here long enough and you can you remember things like that.
Yeah, definitely. Mark mentioned one from way back too, and it was weird because I looked at it this weekend. Oh, Fubo. He mentioned Fubo ran a little bit too. So I looked at Fubo, BJDX. I looked at LIFW is one that tends to run. You just got to catch it. So I looked at Lucy and Peggy, but those guys are done. They're just tanking.
I channel traded SoFi today for fun. That was interesting.
Really? With shares?
I haven't actually ever really physically sat and actually looked at it. And I put a message in the chat saying, I don't even know, what do you I'm so used to waiting in the weeds that it's hard for me to process the idea of doing something slightly different, which it wasn't. It was just it's a different, it appeared to be a different concept. It was not. So I just threw a share in here or there for SoFi just to see if it was fun or not. Whatever. Happened? It was kind of boring.
I did that before. SoFi is, man, it could be like watching paint dry, just like
it was literally roller up, roller down. Awful, absolutely awful. You're gonna think of that every single time now, I promise you.
I know. Roller up, roller down. Hey dude, talk to me about your son. What happened? He smacked it this morning, huh?
He did, and then he went back to bed. He's like, I'm out.
He did go back to bed. Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. I love that he loves it, right? I'm excited for him. He wants to grow his account because he'll be a senior. So he wants to spend the time growing his account and seeing where he can get it by the school year, by the end of the school year.
Wow.
So, and he's he has basically said that he doesn't really want to go to college. You know, he found something that he can do and he likes it. Absolutely. Like, why not? Like, everybody should be doing this, you know, not just, you know, not just us, but everybody. Right. So yeah, but yeah, he likes to tease me. He's like, "Ma, did you get in that?" I'm like,
competition in the house.
this is what's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna be in something, you know, Jeremy's gonna end up being in something, and then my son, and there's gonna be like this 3-way conversation of who's gonna try to outdo who. It's gonna be great.
Yeah. I wish I could be a fly on the wall in your house when that happens.
No.
It's gonna be the same thing here when Jen starts trading. I know it's gonna be like that when she starts trading. Because we get competitive like that. It's like in a good way, in a healthy way. So that's gonna be good. It'll drive me too. So
yeah. Then I took a couple red trades today too. I was stupid and I got into ECDA thinking it was going to keep going, and that sucker, as soon as I clicked buy, that show went clear to the toilet. I'm like, this is why I chart before I ever get into these. And I know this, right? I'm just like everybody else. I do stupid shit too.
Whoa, hold up. Did you break a rule?
I did.
Ange.
I know. You know, whatever. It wasn't a lot.
She broke a rule, ladies and gentlemen. It happens. She's a human being.
Someone see what happened. No.
Yep. Don't start throwing the eggs. You guys know you do it too.
You know, sometimes you can see it, right? So sometimes you can look at it. You can look at a stock and you can kind of gauge. I mean, loosely speaking, you can kind of gauge what it's going to do, and that's really what I did. And stupid, you know, and it happens, right? Like, this isn't the first time that happened.
Oh, it happened to me today on Sing. I thought Sing was going to pay me like it did Friday, and hell no, it did not. It did its little run, and then, but I had gotten in it too late to take advantage of it. And by the time I got into it, it just started plummeting and kept plummeting. Hey, I think I'm going to go. No, let me go back. No, I had to actually take a $25 hit on Sing today. So I'm like, yeah, no, I had set my goal at 20. I was willing to take a $20 hit because I knew that it swings big and then it comes back up. So I looked and I was on another trade and I looked and it was at like 24, I think $24, and I got the hell out of it. I'm like, oh no, that's enough.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Had a penny stock too that went to the toilet, but I was at this point, like, when you have an account that's pretty good size, like even when it's just 100 shares, like you can go and you have two choices. You can either get out of it or just know where your manual stop is. And I wrote it clear to the toilet and back up. And I was green when it came back up. It wasn't a lot. You know, it was only a couple pennies, but it was green, right? And based on what I'd saw on previous day, you know, and where it had been in previous time, it looked like it should come back. I just had to be patient. Now, I had a mental stop that if it got to X, I was getting out of it and calling it a loss and just being done with it. But it did come back. It took a while. It took like an hour. It was painful. I hate seeing
I know that ride.
Sit there and slowly come up and then come down. Slowly come up a little bit more and come down.
Sing did that Friday, but if you sat in it, like I sat in it and made $40 for a small account, that's huge, you know. So,
but I mean, it was fine, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I go with it. I don't do that a lot, obviously. I try not to trade unless I have a clear direction and stuff like that. But once in a while, you know, maybe that's my version of going rogue. I don't know.
Plus, you like to wait until the volume gets in there, don't you?
Yeah, and I find myself sometimes going in even before it gets to the volume and kind of taking that chance a little bit. And it typically works in my favor. So I'm usually able to really catch the pop. So even if I can get a few pennies in sooner, like, it's fine. But I don't recommend it. I just don't.
Yeah, see, here's the thing. Your trading is evolving and you're experimenting with a little bit more. At first, you followed the rules rigidly
Yeah.
to ensure that you weren't losing a bunch of money and doing it the right way. Now, you can kind of bend the rules a little bit because you got a little bit more money to be able to do it
Yeah.
and you can experiment with it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, good for you.
Yeah, but it comes with its own risk, like, and I'm aware of that, but it's never more than what I can handle, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't want to sit here several thousand shares in something and be playing with fire, like you
Yes.
burn, don't do that, but for the sake of mechanics, which I do, I work on mechanics every single day. Like for me to go in 1-2 shares here or there just for the sake of working on mechanics, if I take a couple penny loss, I'm then looking at it, okay, I took a 3 or 4 penny loss. Why? Then I need to be able to identify why that is.
Mm-hmm.
So,
oh, you scared me. What's up?
I just wanted to tell you something really quick.
I'm gonna go ahead and mute this just real quick. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right there.
I'm kind of boring today.
I done well in the pre-market, took my long walk and went in and out and did some laundry, and I took a nap on my day off today, so I'm like, it was so glorious. It was like, you don't even know. I slept like I knew what I was doing.
But you do.
Yeah.
Have faith. You slept while a trade was going on?
Oh, no. I got up and was done.
Yeah.
I was done. I didn't want to jinx my day after I was done before pre-market was over. And then I would did my house chores and stuff and would listen in and out and stuff. So
cool.
And then I was like, I'm going to sit here and watch this TV show, which means I'm going to take a nap, is what that means.
Yeah, what's up? The only person that does that is Vinny. Is that Vinny? Yep. Vinny always comes on there and waves.
Always give you the wave.
What's going on, Vinny?
What's happening?
How are you? It looked better the other way when you turned it on the side. Yeah.
I get my good side.
Yep. You got your good side. What's happening, my brother? How'd you do today?
Okay. I did all right.
Okay. You want to talk
a little bit of
about it?
Ford, a little bit of Ford, a little bit of Spy.
Speaking of boredom, Ford's different on options, though. It's a little volatile on options, but
volatile.
I think so.
It didn't do nothing but go straight up today.
Oh, nice. Cool. When you catch Ford, man, yeah, you can make a pretty penny on it.
Yeah, if you watched it as long as I have, you'll know when to catch it.
And here's the thing: it was just at $9. When look, Chico, whenever you see Ford below $12, it's like $10, $9 to well, not financial or tax or
right, of course.
But it tends to get back up in that range. So when you see it low like that, that is an awesome buy-in opportunity.
And it's funny when it got its beat down last week, and it was down to I think nine and some change.
Mm-hmm.
That was a double bottom from 2023.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, usually it hovers around 12. So I even thought about getting in it, but I'm like, I don't watch it like that. So, and it's not on my radar.
Right.
But yeah, when I saw it in the 9s, I'm like, ooh, that's a good buy-in opportunity because it's going to get beyond this. It doesn't stay here. So
that was actually a triple bottom. There was 2 double bottoms in 23, and then when all that market crash and all that crap was going on, it came almost, I think it was 40 cents off, but it's still enough to be considered a triple bottom.
Wow. Yep.
So I've been playing it off of that bounce. So you figure it's got to go it had a gap down at 1181. So figure it's got to at least get up that far, right?
Good for you.
So that's the way I'm playing it. Hopefully I'll make 500 out of it, or maybe better. I don't know.
So what are you just gonna stick with Ford for right now?
No, I'm still doing my spy. I ain't leaving my spy.
What you doing, spy?
I had them guys. It was funny because when I don't know if you were viewing the Zoom, but we were talking about it when it was going up today. And I put 2 channels in there, and it was getting pretty close to the 550. I think it was 558.49 is what I paid that one for. I missed it by a penny. But it seems like as far as charting this thing out, I'm hitting it every time. And it's just a matter of, like the guy was talking this morning about getting a bigger position size, which I think I'm ready. It's just a matter of just doing it.
Right.
Just do it and get it the hell over with. And I traded, I told you earlier this morning, I traded Goodyear. Or not, yeah, Goodyear. GT is the ticker symbol if y'all want to look that one up. But yeah, when I found that one, I couldn't believe that was that far down in the stock price. Did we lose you, Dawn?
What is it?
She fell out of the chair.
Taking a smoke break.
Oh, smoke break. Who can't have a smoke break? What's the matter with her?
No, I had to turn my AC on, so I just turned it off for a second.
Oh, okay.
Damn, Benny, can I take 2 seconds to go turn my AC on?
I'm sorry.
On?
I'm sorry. I thought it was me. I thought it was making you hot, girl. Shit.
My cat's going nuts. Hold on. Yeah, he hates the sound of that AC, so it's like he goes nuts. I'll be right back.
All right. So, Ange.
Yeah.
You ever given any thought to Goodyear?
So I looked it up today because I had never, I couldn't find the ticker. And then I forget that I am, in fact, resourceful, that I could actually look it up like a normal human being.
Right.
And then after that, I pulled it up and saved it, and then I left the screen.
You left the screen.
It's an $8 stock. I think I can play around with it.
So you missed that run today? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah.
There's always tomorrow.
I mean, I've never paid attention to the stock, so I'll have to take a look at it. Oh, that was quite the run.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What was interesting, if you scroll left to the end of July, where it fell off the face of the earth.
Literally.
That was the time before when they had their earnings plus the CPI data came out then in July, and then we had the CPI in August, and we had the August crash. Yeah. So it's brought it all the way down, just like Ford. It's all the way down. So it's something to play with, to look to the upside.
I do, in fact, enjoy looking at charts, and I do, in fact, enjoy seeing if history repeats itself. It's kind of fun.
I do, in fact, enjoy listening to you say, in fact.
In fact. That's a fact.
Okay?
That's a fact. She likes your facts.
Here's the thing, Ted. Okay.
All right. Well, I was going to do an Irish goodbye, but since y'all pulled my leg, I am out. I will see you all in the morning.
Pulled your leg.
I have a concert to get to. So
I thought it was from all the eggs we threw at you in the comment section.
Yep.
5 finger?
What?
Mustang Chris in the house. What was that question, Chris?
Is it 5 finger death punch? Is that the one?
Yeah, Marilyn Manson.
Oh, he is opening. Yeah, we looked that up last week, remember?
Yeah. Should be a good time.
Well, have fun.
Great night.
Yes. Please make sure you call me in the morning if I'm not up.
So you won't be in the early morning, is what you're saying.
Oh, I will be. I may not. I may come in here with one eye open, but
right.
You guys.
Glasses all tilted like this.
Yep.
Look, she's got her sleeves going.
Yeah.
Go get it, girl.
Right.
Go enjoy
All
yourself.
right, guys, have a great
Have
night.
fun.
You too.
Don't
Night,
take
Ed.
any of them left-handed cigarettes either.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. No.
Darn non-filters.
Wooden nickels, left-handed cigarettes. What the hell? What's going on?
Hey,
Wow, Pebbles dipped out too. Bye, Pebbles. You could have
Bye.
said goodbye. Mustang Chris, how are you doing today, my friend?
I'm finally out of the brain fog from all this. Like, this morning, I just was out of it completely. Something
Really?
happened. I slept in late, couldn't wake up. The alarm was going off for like an hour. All brain fog, so I just kind of went through my charts and made sure everything looked right, and was just making sure everything was correct, and was watching, and the head wasn't right. So,
It's them left-handed cigarettes. Does it every time.
I'd never done that. I always had to take randoms for work, so never did any of that.
Wow. Unbelievable.
But yeah,
Well, I'm glad you're out of your brain fog.
Yeah, it took a while, but yeah. Was watching Coach's spy trade this morning, watching what he was doing and why, and confirming some of the stuff that I have, and was like, all right, yeah, I think I understand the snake now. I'm watching it. It was you that was asking about spy, right, DJ Vinny?
What's that?
Was it you that said you were working with spy and having all your levels and everything marked out? Was that you?
Yeah.
I figured some stuff out with spy.
Yep.
Yeah.
What'd you
It
figure
likes
out?
to do certain things, and when it dips, it usually dips down to a line that's there, and then because there's so many scalpers in there, it'll usually run about $1, usually right to the penny, whenever it dips and then pops back up.
Yeah, I was watching Coach do that last week, and I was like, I'm going to try that and see how it obeys the line or stays in the line. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I got some extra lines that put on my screen that show me some stuff too, and
now I got lines going this way.
well, no, I mean my EMA line. Yeah. Because
I got them this way.
Top lot as the barrier that it's breaking through, but the EMAs are the stuff below it that it uses, and if you have all the right ones on there, it opens your eyes, and you're like, wow, it looks so much more. Kind of like not really, but kind of more predictable. Like you never want to say you know what it's gonna do, but
because we
everything
don't.
has tendencies.
It definitely for sure does. I mean,
yeah, but your charting builds that confidence.
Oh yeah,
and then the candles just tell you whether you're right or wrong.
Yeah, and their relation to the EMAs, because it is using them as a second form of support. I wish Weeble allowed you more than 6.
Can you see that, Chris?
What's that?
Can you see my screen?
Yes, kind of. It's small to me, but yeah, I can see it.
See the trend line?
Kind of, yeah.
That was from 8 o'clock this morning.
Okay.
Vinny, turn your phone sideways if you can, because I have you.
It is. Can you see it?
Like flip your phone sideways.
Yeah.
It is sideways.
No, I mean the other
you're
way.
on your phone. Okay.
Yeah, and then what the hell?
Can you see it? Is that better?
Yeah. Why is the screen like that? That's weird. Okay, yeah, we're good. Go ahead. Do what you were doing.
But anyhow.
Okay.
How it obeyed the trend line.
Okay.
Is what I was getting at.
Okay.
Yep. Okay, take my off.
You want to see my screen?
Sure.
But I started those lines at like 7 or 7:30, 8 o'clock. I started those lines. So now I got to turn it sideways to see yours.
Oh yeah, you got the diagonals too, don't you?
But those aren't ones I drew.
The trend.
Those are the actual trends itself, the trend lines itself.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the ones it's actually using.
Yeah, the indicators.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
It's liking to do some special things that are really fun when you find them. It's like when you see the transparent camouflage on the Predator. It's like, oh, I see it. It's right there.
It's happening. I figured you out. That's pretty
Got
good.
your ass. I got your number.
You sound like Nate.
I hope so.
Wow. So yeah,
like
F2 up there in the corner, chilling. We got our Trader of the Week in the house.
I enjoy the conversations, listening. I learn more about listening to everybody than speaking.
Don't you though? I picked up so much doing that the first year, just listening to conversations that Mitch and Pastor would have, and you know, we had a bunch of people, Ted and Mark Mancini would come in there, and he would be saying, I mean, it was a wealth of information, you know. Bucket, you know, it's like I'm reminiscing on Bucket, you know, where, you know, we miss you, Bucket.
Dawn, you remember when we started talking started talking about the crossover of the 9, the 21, 55?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like an everyday language. That's what everybody's talking about.
Yep. I remember when
you told me to shut the hell up on that show, remember?
Not only because it was a whole big thing about the whole crossover word, you know, and we're making it, you know, more into this, you know, mountain type situation.
But look at us now. Now everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, well, you know, and also
it's
Coach
good,
referred to it as a crossover on the video itself too. So, but yeah, you know,
I like how everybody's using it. Everybody's finding success with it, and it's working. Yep.
It's those indicators make it so easy to stay in trades. It's like if you learn how to read them and learn what they're telling you, it's like a no-brainer, you know. Yep. Very, very good tool. So,
and if you get nerve-wracking with the 2 minute, just like we told that gentleman this morning, flip it to the 5 minute. It takes all those small movements out of the picture.
Talking about the breakout room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking at that one, and I like the 3 minute a lot.
I've never done the 3 minute.
The 3 is really close to the 2. You can get the entry much closer to perfect, but you don't end up being late to stuff, and you could still see the bigger trend going on. I like the 3. And Coach actually talked about it quite a bit in the beginning when, like, if you're in the 2 and the chop is just a little bit too much for you, go to the 3.
Wait a minute. It just dawned on me, Vinny, you are in the gold. When did you go gold?
I can't tell you that. It's classified information. I'll tell you when I see. I'll tell you when I see you in person.
Okay, because I'm like, all of a sudden it just hit me. I'm like, wait a minute. I remember just a couple weeks ago, but I'm not in there. I'm like, okay, we'll let it go.
At ease, private.
Oh man! Yeah, all of a sudden I just woke up. I feel like I just woke up from this dream.
I was waiting for somebody to say that. When did you go?
I'm like, wait a minute, Vinny was in the gold.
Congratulations, Vinny.
Yep, way to go. You hacker, you.
Yeah, I hacked it. All right.
Oh man!
I can barely send an email. Hacking's far from my knowledge.
Finished getting your Weeble set up yet?
Yes. Yes, Bruno.
Yeah,
that's the first thing he asked me when I met him at the meetup to get the Weeble set up. I was like, you asked.
He said he was going to do that too.
Yeah, I know.
He said he was going to get straight up in your ass about the Weeble.
Joke's on him. I already had it set up.
Nice.
Oh man!
Did you do today's
So where has Bucket Bucket been at? I haven't seen hide nor hair of him.
He's lurking.
Is he?
Yeah.
Bucket?
Yeah, he's around.
Yeah, Bucket, not Bucko.
Yeah, Bucket.
Yeah, Bucko
Bucket, he's
504.
here. He likes
I don't
lurking.
remember seeing Bucket's name, not unless he's in under a different name.
No, he's still using Bucket. He just doesn't pipe up a lot. He's still here. Every now and then he'll pop up, and everybody says, "Hey, we miss you," and then he's like, I'm just lurking.
You heard anything from our brother Ralph?
No, but you know what? Christine said she was talking to him like last week, I think. So she's in contact with him. I reached out to him when we had that anniversary, which reminds
He's all
me.
good with the fam?
Yeah, I think so.
Everything
but I haven't
okay?
checked in with him perfectly.
Okay.
I mean, perfectly. Recently, I haven't checked in with him, but she did.
Right.
But speaking of which, the year anniversary of the Aftermarket is coming up next month, so that's going to be fun. So I'm going to see if I can get Coach to come and hang out with us and maybe do a couple of giveaways. Yep, the year of when we went live on this channel doing the Aftermarket. It'll be a year next month, so that'll be so cool.
That's cool beans.
Yep, that's the official start date of the Aftermarket. We kind of did a pre-market Aftermarket on my channel, but that's the official Aftermarket start date is in September, so that'll be cool. Probably throw together a little promo for that, get everybody psyched up for that. Hopefully we can do some nice giveaways. Maybe we can give away a couple memberships, maybe Coach can give away some cash prizes or something, and we can just really make it fun. But yeah, man. I was thinking about buying on the dip, right? Was a good topic of conversation that Palm Coast brought up one time, because at first I used to not do that. I used to think about how everybody, like when a stock goes down, you get skittish and you don't want to get into it. But that is one of the best strategies, man. It's like when stocks dip down, it's like that's a no-brainer. It's like the market's saying, okay, you didn't get me when I was this price earlier, and I'm all the way up here now, but here, look, I'm coming down. Here's another opportunity to get in me at a lower price. If you look at the overall trend, I'm to the upside, right? So you see me down here. Why don't you go ahead and get it at this sale price, and then we'll head on back up the road.
We'll treat you right.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of part of Coach's break and hold. It works out on different lengths of time, but the breakthrough, the retest is the dip down.
Yeah.
And then the bounce. Whenever it seems like there's a solid confirmation of a break of a new move, there's a dip right away and then a bounce. And I think a lot of what people are having trouble with is that they're buying on the breakthrough.
Yeah.
And then the dip is what freaks them out. And they
comes in and smacks them around.
Maybe hits their stop and knocks them out. And then it went up all day. That type of thing that we keep talking about.
Yeah.
That retest right after the breakthrough, whether it's 3 candles or 15 minutes or 3 hours, it seems to be the same pattern all the time.
Got to be prepared for it because it's coming. When you see a stock run up like that, it needs to pull back.
Yeah. When they're extended too far away from the EMAs, it seems like that's when the pullbacks happen.
Yeah, and that's like a prime setup. It's like when you see it running and you see them extended from the EMAs like that, and it just looks like it's going to the moon. Right. It's like that's when you need to be the most careful. Don't jump in that, because that's when you need to be the most careful. It may be hitting a ceiling, and if you chart it out, you'll see, okay, is it coming to a double top soon? But when it's running up like that, that's one of the most dangerous times to jump in a stock. But you don't know that until you put screen time in and you've seen it, and it's happened to you countless times. So don't jump in on the run up. Wait for the pullback.
You want to put a stop on the screen, and we'll go over buying the dip.
Oh yeah.
We can do that.
GT. Golf Tango.
All right.
Golf Tango.
Put it up on the screen and then I'll share it.
And go to the 10:44 a.m. time frame.
Oh boy. 10:44.
to do a small, easy stock. It's not that small, but it's small.
Ooh, you said
You might
10,
want to.
4?
Yeah, you might have to zoom out a little bit, Don. I'll walk you through. Or zoom in. I'm sorry, not out, in. There you go. 10:47 a.m. That'd be to your left there. But you missed it. For today at 10:47. No, it's hard for you to see.
Yeah, give me a second.
Yeah, I'm trying to blow it up on my
market time.
All right, there it is. 10:40.
Yeah.
10:47's right here.
So you were in that from the open. You were up, or you were wanting to get in, but it took off like a rocket at the open. So you were looking for a chance to buy in. So you sat in patience, Daniel, son. You waited, and here comes 10:47, and it starts to dip. Mm-hmm. There's your buying opportunity. So you follow your 2-minute EWO on the vortex of the EWO. That's where I'd have got in. And then rode that back up to the other side.
Right. Or this is also another opportunity right in here.
It's a small window there. But for your maximized gain, if you'd have caught that dip at the 10:47 a.m., that's a good.
That's a huge dip. Yeah.
That's right. So if you were patient enough waiting to get into that trade because you like that stock or whatever, and
that
you were
went outside the cloud, Vinny. Look at that, all the way down here.
But look at your EWO. If you'd have bought on the vortex, like Jimmy always talks about, see where it comes down and it starts rolling back uphill. Mm-hmm. Right there, if you took your buy in there and you'd have rode that from $8.67 to $8.92. So that's like 30. Somebody do the math. That's 30 cents.
Yeah, because right here you got an engulfing candle.
Yep.
So that's your clue right there that it's headed back to the upside. Got the bullish engulfing right down here on the bottom. Yep. So that's letting you know, okay, here's my buy-in right here.
What kind of rubber they?
Because it could have still been going, but when you see that bullish engulfing come in there, that's like, okay, maybe it's ready to stop and go the other way, which in this case it was.
Right, but like Jimmy used to talk about buying the vortex.
Yeah.
Right at the peak of that curve on the EWO where it was red.
Well, his vortex was more like a triangle going that way, like, like down and up, like a triangle, like an ascending triangle going that way. That he called that the vortex.
Like when I do the 2-minute EWO, now had I looked at that this morning and missed it, that's what I do. I take the vortex of that curve because it's the lowest point of that dip. Mm-hmm. You follow me?
I do.
And then I Danny DeVito, and then the next 3 candles, Danny DeVito, and just let it ride.
Cool.
And then you could have added back in when it dropped back down and rode it back up again. It had 3 nice hills on it towards the closed. Yep.
That's Goodyear, huh? You've been talking about Goodyear a lot lately.
Yeah.
$8.94. What else were you talking about? Firestone? How cheap is Firestone? What?
Or no, I got my rubbers confused on. It wasn't Trojan. It wasn't Firestone. It was Goodyear.
He said he got his rubbers confused.
That's because Bruno put down in the comment what kind of rubber they selling. The bouncy kind. But yeah, that's for Goodyear. But I was so shocked on because if you do the 5-year and look at the 5-year on that thing, it's like, holy shit, dude, where'd they go wrong?
Do they have the 5-year even on here?
And then from 22 to now, they were pretty much in a wide channel from 9 to 16, 9 to 16, 9 to 16. And they had that massive pullback below 8. So guess where it wants to go?
Yep. No, I don't even see that on here.
Not personal advice or whatever tax rates, but it wants to go back up, right?
But look at Goodyear overall, guys.
Yeah.
Look at this thing. Yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
And it's cheap.
I told you I was working on
it's
one,
a
didn't
gold. It's isn't this a blue chip?
It's an American company. I don't know if they would fall under. Well, with the price that low, they're damn near a penny stock. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't see. I don't know. Does we will show you that under the profile what the market cap is? No, it doesn't have that. It has a summary, but I don't see where you find out what somebody help me out where we find out the market cap or Weeble. Because I might have this set up different. You there? I lose y'all?
No, we're still here.
What was your question?
I said, what's the market cap on them?
I don't know. Look it up.
Well, that's what I said on Weeble. It doesn't show that unless my layout's different.
Huh.
I don't see that.
Normally, Weeble has a market cap, right? Hold on, let me look on my phone.
We trade leaving average $3.03. Shortable is 30%.
Yeah, the market cap is 2.55 billion.
Yeah, so that's below a mid. Because aren't the mids like 20 to 60 or something like that? And then when you get into the billions, there's a large cap.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mistaken. Something to that effect. So yeah, that's considered a small cap. And that would be found where on? IWM.
It's an IWM. It's one of
your
those.
small, your small to mid cap range. That's what IWM carries.
Okay.
But I just when I first saw that, I was like, holy shit, man, they've been punished so bad. And now it's showing that they're trying to lift out of the ashes. So shit on it. I'm gonna play it while it's going up. Yeah, Bruno put 2.55 billion. So yeah, they're made it small.
Yeah. I can't find this damn thing.
How much you guys so low? Guys' volume is so low. I guess that's because I had to reload to get back in. Because I got tired of sitting backstage.
You weren't there that long. Don't even try it.
I was in the back alley with the raccoons and the racks. Cut it out.
I saw you when you came in. I let you right in.
That's two raccoons.
Me look like I'm not doing my damn job.
Fingers.
Mm-hmm. Boom.
Yeah, but I mean that's something to play with. I mean, it's got room to come back after all the bullshit that went on the market. What, the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Right. So that was also a defied, driven down factor because everything else fell down. So they fell down too. They just didn't bounce like a tire.
Right. What's up, Bucko?
Hello. Doing good.
What's going on with you? How'd you do today?
Did pretty good. Tried for 1%. I think I got 7%.
Good for you, man. Good for you.
Nice. Good job.
Nice. What stock did you play, or how many?
I had one trade, AZLK or whatever it was.
ALZN.
ALZN, yeah. I traded that. I only traded for about 45 minutes today.
Okay. But she paid well. She ran up. I loved her.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Do you just do shares, Bucko,
Yeah.
or do you do shares and options?
Just shares.
Okay. All right. Are you in the VIP yet?
Nope. Still just a weekly member.
Wow. So you've been renewing every week though.
Yep.
Okay. That's pretty good. Are you using that as a goal? Are you trading the 50 a week to pay for it?
No, not yet. I'm planning on working up the VIP. Just gotta get the money right.
That's a goal to at least be able to trade so that your VIP is being paid with, I mean, well, yeah, VIP, but that your weekly is being paid with house money. You know what I mean? You get consistent with that process and find yourself making $50 a week. I mean, dude, that's like $10 a day. That's like perfect.
I just leave it in the account and let it grow.
Yep. But having goals helps. You know, it kind of gives you something to shoot for. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, good job, man. Good for you. Yeah, ALZN paid out today. So anybody that missed that, I'm sorry about your luck, but that was a stock that was definitely paying out.
Me sitting on the sideline saying, "Fuck."
I know. I kept and it was so funny. What did I yell out? And coach was like, "Yeah, but you know what? Be careful because it's under V." Well, that shit straight. No sooner he said it's still under VWAP, it was like, "Oh yeah, watch this. Hold my beer." Okay.
Hold my beer. Watch where I'm going.
Right. I'm like, damn, ALZN.
Yeah, because I was
Okay.
waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting for a little breeze back or something, but I was
I
like,
was
this shit
already
ain't
in it.
stopping.
I actually
Yeah.
got in it. I told him I got in at the break of 7. No, I was actually in it at 590. I
Oh
had gotten in
Lord.
it before that. So yeah, I did pretty well on that.
What'd you get? 5, 10 shares?
No, I got 5. Well, I got 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
I got 5.
You still made
But
out like a fat rat.
yeah, it was cool.
5 to
Yeah.
6? You go all the way up to 15.
Yeah.
No, I bought 5. Oh,
No,
I
I
went
mean
up. Yeah, I
dollars.
went up to 15. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 3 times your money, Dawn.
Yeah, I know. Why
That's
do
a
you think I keep talking
3-bagger.
about it? Why do you think every time we say ALZN, a smile comes across my face?
Do it.
Yeah, Bruno put down in the chat about the info for Goodyear. That's also what's been driving the stock too. That they're getting an influx of cash to upgrade their plant in Canada.
Okay.
Yep.
Well,
I want to read out disabled veterans comment here. I got VIP in 3 weeks and then got gold in another 3 weeks. ADT, American Dream
Paid
Trading,
for
paid for itself.
Yes.
Very nice.
That's
Way to
disabled
go.
veteran. Whoop.
Way to go, disabled veteran. What up, Bruno? How are you, baby? Shout out to Sam Clark down there. Way to go, KB is in the house. Miranda. Mickey D's what? Mickey D's Sweet Tea is in the house. What's up, guys?
Oh, love Mickey D Sweet Tea.
Gotta love that name, right?
Yeah.
No, I love
Brandon
Mickey D
Cosby's
Sweet
in
Tea.
I know you do. I know. I got it. I'm talking about the member. He's talking about the
Yeah,
drink. What's up, Brandon? How you doing, brother?
Oh, shit.
I miss you, Vinny. You haven't been up here in a while.
Yeah, I gotta pop on every now and then.
Yeah, man. Well, you're always down in the chat, so it's not like you're not here.
Oh, I'm always running around.
Yeah.
Stanley Ipkiss, what's going on, brother?
I see you.
Just want to say, who you say? He's like, I see you. Paula at the beach. I think I said hey to Paula. Freddie the Freeloader. What's going on, Paula and Freddie? How you guys doing? G-Man, what's going on? Christina, hey. Yep. Christina, everybody, don't forget to keep Christina's mom in your prayers. Keep your head up, baby sis. You know, keep your head up. You know, I know it's a rough time for you right now, but you will make it through it. it's the times like this that make us stronger, right?
Mhm.
So, and you dealt with this with your dad. Not saying that something's going to happen, but we know we are ultimately. But when you're going through it, that's the roughest time. But the cool thing is you have us, so don't be afraid to lean on me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
Good song.
definitely, we're here. So I wish I could play it in dedication to her, but YouTube will spank Coach, and we can't have that. So, but just
What if
know.
we sing it?
Go
What
ahead,
if we
Vinny.
sing it? What if we sing it? You do
You
the
go ahead and
lead and we'll do the chorus. Come on.
that works. Yeah, man. But yeah.
So buying next day options that I was talking about this morning.
Mm-hmm.
I left a few runners running and they're still up 150%. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. Wow.
Yep.
But shares or options? You said options.
Options. Options.
Options. Shun the ops.
Yeah, so I went out to water the grass and I looked at the time and I was like, oh shit. Because I remembered their next day, but I wanted to see where it was at by the end of the day. And Robin Hood kicked us out of the room at 3:30 and it was like 3:45 and I was like, shit.
I
So
love not trading in Robinhood. Robinhood sucks with that.
Yeah. So I ran in, I looked at my cover page and I was like, oh fuck. That's a good thing, I guess.
But will it stay that way? That's the thing.
Yeah. So if we get a bump again by morning, it's still holding up, but there's no telling what happens overnight.
Yeah.
But it's protected, so good. There she is. She's down in the chat. Just
Yeah,
running around down there.
Thanks, I'm good right now. Miranda said, let me know if you need anything. Miranda, dude, Miranda's so awesome.
She's everywhere. She kind of makes me nervous.
Who, Miranda? She's a bot. Listen, the funny thing is, I've never seen the movie.
Look, sometimes I gotta do like this. Was she sitting next to me or watching me or something?
In spirit.
Yeah.
I've never seen iRobot, and I was watching a little bit of that earlier. I noticed YouTube put it on, and it was like, you know, they remind her, Arlo and Bruno remind me of the people that work there, dude. They're like on shit. It's like, are they bots? But no. They laugh, they giggle, they have human emotions.
I want to share something with the group. This is a little trivia, a little off topic, just to ease our mind. Anybody tell me who this is?
Oh, from Rudolph. Rudolph the Red Reindeer.
Who was the narrator of Rudolph?
Or was it Orson Welles? I don't know why I'm thinking that.
No.
No.
Anybody?
Burl Ives?
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, Burl Ives.
We
right?
have a bougie Goodwill down here in Paulie's. They're like high-end Goodwill stuff. And I always go in the back where the sports are, and they usually have like little novelty items back there. And I saw that, and I always loved as a kid that guy's voice, right?
Yeah.
Perfect narrator. It was awesome. So
you look like him. Are you related to Burl Ives?
So look who was sitting next to him. Yukon Cornelius. Every time he threw that pick into the snow and he'd take it out and lick it, and he'd always go, So I got him on
the train.
Yeah.
That's happy childhood memories right there. You couldn't leave them in the store.
Yeah, I couldn't. I saw that and I was like, oh shit, I gotta have that. So I looked under his thing, and it's from 1994. That one is, and that one didn't. The snowman didn't have one on it. But I was like, these are good collectibles I can give to my granddaughter. So that's something I thought I'd share. A little off topic.
That is awesome, Vinny.
Yeah. Silver and gold. Silver and gold. That's what we're hunting for every day.
Yeah.
Except it's green and red. Green and red.
Okay, Jen called. Her family's in town, so they're trying to meet us up for dinner at 7:00. So I'm pushing the limit.
Oh.
But that's because I'm addicted to my family, my ABT family.
Yeah.
And
so
we are a good family.
We
Yeah.
really are. We really are. And you, my friend, you keep up the
Yes.
good work, okay? You keep doing
Yes.
what you're doing and keep following the rules. And we look forward to hearing the good news that you're ready to step off of that train and be rolling with ABT.
So Mustang Chris, I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
You're a Mustang Chris kind of guy. How come you don't trade Ford?
Because it moves 10 cents.
Oh, 20.
Good answer.
Sometimes it's 20.
Today it did 20, 23, I think. Yeah.
Sometimes it does a straight line down all day and goes 75
Are you kidding? The way his mind runs on
Right.
Yeah,
I mean, Ford would make him pull his hair out.
He'd be doing burnouts in his head.
I would work 12 to 16 to 18 hours a day. I would come home, fire up the on-demand on Thinkorswim.
Yeah.
Back then, it worked right when it was still TD. I was paper trading SPX on Fast Forward at 3 times speed. I would do a whole trading day in like 2.5 hours.
That's crazy. Yeah, your mind runs that fast. Ford would drive you nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's like being in the left lane behind somebody doing 50.
Right. You're in the wrong freaking lane.
Right.
Yeah.
They have lanes for you. They're that way.
I like that little side sticker I saw in a car that were going around. Somebody that says, if you can read this, you're a dumbass. Get out of it. Something about being in the fast lane. It's funny.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and put up Coach's rules and end the show with that as I normally do. Thank you guys for coming up and hanging out with us on the
Peace and blessings, y'all. See you in the AM.
Good night.
All right. F2, shout out to you, brother. Enjoy
Congratulations,
your week
F2.
being Trader
Thank
of
you,
the
Vinny.
week, my
Thank you,
brother.
Don. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Bucko 504.
You're doing awesome, buddy. I'm so happy to see you.
It's your all's words of encouragement and just listening, and you having the encouragement to come up here and tell your story gave me the strength to come up here and seek help. So
yes, sir.
Just want you to know that, Chris, you going through your struggles and you're coming out of it and stuff. That gave me one of the reasons why I got up here out of my comfort zone. So
that's awesome. That is truly
I'm glad
awesome.
that I could help in whatever way that I do, even if it's an accident. But
you do more than you realize for the group.
Yeah, you really do, Chris. Really? You being willing to be transparent helps a lot of people, and everybody's not as forthcoming as F2 to be able to get up here and say it. So good job for that as well.
And I dig your sticky notes. I don't do sticky notes, but I have pieces of paper all over my desk because I have to write down everything. I have 45 million thoughts going on at once, and so
Gilly. Gilly was like, "What's up with them sticky notes?"
Yep. Well,
he was the one pointing them out too.
Yeah.
You have so many thoughts going on. You keep the important stuff right in front of you. Just like when you're working on something and you don't finish it, leave part of it out so that when you notice it later, you're like, "Oh yeah, I was working on that thing," and you go back to it. You know, stuff like that.
They're good reminders. That's what they made them for. So. But yeah, shout out to everybody, and shout out to all of you down there in the chat that I called out, that I said, hey, what's going on? If I missed your name, I apologize. Love you. Have a wonderful night. And don't forget, Coach has got a special running right now. If you sign up for the VIP 6-month membership, you will get, just make sure you put a ticket in, you will get 6 months of VIP Gold absolutely free. So you got to do that now, though. All right. So everybody have a good night. Peace and blessings. And for those of you that are in the pre-market crew, where's Coach's Rules? Oh, for those of you that are in the pre-market crew, I will catch you guys manana. Peace and blessings, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Never lose more than 1 to 3% ever of your total account value in any given day. Always make sure you have stop losses on each and every single trade, whether it's shares or options. Make sure you guys are practicing base hits. Don't be trying to go for those home runs. Everybody be cool with that. Every once in a while you get the home runs, but that comes back to our other rule. Let the runners run and stop out the losers. All right? So if we're getting hammered on something and it's going against you, just get out of there. If you're new to trading, do not trade in the first 30 minutes of the day or the last hour, ever. And if you are new to trading, do not use real money. You should be using simulated trainers, and you can use them on all sorts of different accounts. TD has them. TradingView, you can do rewinds. There's all sorts of stuff. Don't come in with real money blowing up your account. That is not how you want to learn. I want to make you a stock market trader and not just another call-out chaser.